your 2 cents for this audience on the Andy Dalton signing by the Chicago Bears. Have the floor, sir.
It has nothing to do with Andy Dalton. The story of the Bears and signing of Andy Dalton has nothing to do with Andy Dalton. It has to do with, once again, the Bears are inadequate at the position of quarterback, which they've been. They've really been that since Jim McMahon. That's what they've been. I mean, don't anybody ever try to tell me that Jay Cutler mattered. I don't care if he made a Pro Bowl or not. He didn't, because he was so much less than even what he promised. If you remember, Jay Cutler used to say, "My arm is stronger than John Elway's." So what, dude? So what? It's amazing that the signature, one of the signature franchises, the founding franchise of the NFL, just doesn't understand how to acquire the most important position in North American sports. Doesn't know how to do it. Doesn't know how to draft one, build one, trade for one, sign one, nothing. And so this general manager, how this guy, Ryan Pace, is allowed to even try to acquire one when he's the guy. You know what? Chicago, the most famous athlete in Chicago history, Rich, was passed over by another team, the Portland Trail Blazers, even though they had Clyde Drexler. And they had a reason you could say, wait a minute, we sort of have, coming out of college, we think that Clyde Drexler, a guy who's a member of the Dream Team, a Hall of Famer, a Final Four member in college, and an NBA champion. We've got him, so we're not gonna sort of duplicate that. That's the logic there. That's not illogical. It didn't work, not to the tune of Jordan, but it didn't work. Ryan Pace not only passed over Patrick Mahomes, who is seen as the best player in the league today. He passed over Deshaun Watson in the same draft, picking higher. You don't have to move up. You just got to take one of them. That guy is entrusted to then continue on to fix the quarterback problem, and this is what he comes up with? I mean, the notion that they were going to get Russell Wilson was, to me, insane. I got a crying 13-year-old in my house who roots for the same team as his father, and every day he would come to me, "Dad, we re-signed, Robinson at wide receiver. Doesn't that mean we're going to get Russ?" No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. It means we're going to do the same. It means we're going to get Mike Phipps 30 years later, 40 years. What is it? 40 years, probably Mike Phipps. That's what we do. That's our move. And by the way, I'm not even saying that he could have gotten him. I'm just saying the notion he's going to go aggressively and take a big swing and offer the whole team. You know what you could have said 5 years ago? It was the 2017 draft, right? You could have just said, and with the so-and-so pick in the draft, I think it was third, the Chicago Bears take, fill in the blank, Deshaun Watson. Fill in the blank, Patrick Mahomes. He didn't do either. He went and got a guy who had started 11 times in college. And by the way, I don't think Mitch Trubisky's a bad quarterback, especially if he had a coach who wanted to coach him instead of wanting to make somebody fit the system or go out and get a statue, who won a Super Bowl for Philadelphia a few years ago. The two of them, the combination of them, Rich, it's infuriating.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.